No, okay. Okay, so ma'am, let me end in response to your question. What's that? No, plus I got one from your section up there. See, the sections, but, so ma'am, in my experience, there's a demographic in our culture, perhaps you're among them, who is a little bit untrusting of progress in science and technology, concerning that maybe there's too much power wielded by people who control forces that could destroy culture or civilization, and so there's a fear factor practically for every advance in technology, less so for science, as I think you're accurately capturing here. Well, technology has been with us since the beginning, right? So you obtain metal from the ground and you can make a knife. The knife can kill someone, or it can kill an animal that you eat for your sustenance, or it could harvest vegetables, if you're a vegetarian, though you wouldn't have been back then. And so, since the beginning, technology could always be used to hurt people. I don't know any technology, maybe an iPhone, that can't be used to then kill you. You know, I can take my iPhone and just slam it on your head and try to, then this would be used as a weapon. But so maybe most technology doesn't have a dangerous side, and others do, no doubt about it. So we need good shepherds of the advance of technology. And so we have regulations, we have laws, you're not allowed to stab someone with a knife. You're not allowed, well, you probably could, but you know better not to put your poodle in the microwave oven.
You can do that?
So, yes, as we move forward, we need guidelines on how to use and manage technology. I want to make sure that as we go forward, the people who are resisting it are informed, so that the resistance is not because you're just spooked because you don't understand it. I want you to say, I don't want this because I do understand it, and here's why I don't want it. You are concerned about genetically modified organisms. Or what? For example, so I have a response to that. Holding aside the fact that it looks like now large companies can genetically modify a seed so that it only has one cycle in a crop, so you have to go back and buy more seeds next year. I think that's diabolical. That's kind of anti the intent of nature. And so that's an aspect of genetically modified organisms, but let me speak more broadly about them. In France, you know what they call genetically modified foods?
Corn.
The British fellow probably knows. What do they call it in France? Good. Okay, good. Notice he didn't know what he said, I don't know. He didn't try to guess because I think I'm going to give him credit for the right answer that he guessed. He just said he didn't know. Thank you, sir, for your honesty. They call it Frankenfood. Because Frankenstein, that novel, written by a woman, by the way, was an example of scientists gone crazy. Okay. So, I don't know if you realize, maybe you do, and if you do, then we don't have to have this conversation because you're already there. But do you realize that practically every foodstuff that you buy and consume from a grocery store has been genetically modified? Every food. There are no fields of seedless watermelons. There are no orchards of red, delicious apples. There are no wild gardens of long stem roses. There are no herds of milk cows. Everything that's there, the foundation of agriculture, is all about genetically modifying what what we found in nature to better serve our needs as Homo sapiens shaping our civilization. All of it. Do you realize the silkworm can no longer survive on its own? Because we bred it to create so much silk, it can't get out of its cocoon and become a moth or bug, whatever the hell. Who knows what it would become anymore? It's stuck inside the silk. We are genetically engineering animals and vegetables, animals and plants, to serve our needs, and we've been doing it since the dawn of civilization, since the dawn of agriculture. So, to today say, I don't want genetically modified organisms, what are you saying? Just because we could do it in the lab and do it a little faster than what the farmers were doing, that doesn't make it inherently bad. It's just another way to achieve the same result. Now, you might come up with something. If you come up with an apple that's not sweet, no one will buy it. So that's a failed experiment. Okay, let's try something else. I know, let's turn a wolf into a poodle. No, into a Pomeranian. Boy, I'd be really pissed off if I were a wolf. Okay? Have you seen Pomeranian? They're like, they're the cutest things ever. They're so cute, but they used to be wolves. Okay? Wolves with teeth that could rip your throat out if they so chose. And now we carry their genetically modified descendants in baskets to the grocery store. So, all I'm saying is, I don't mind informed dissent on the frontier of the advance of science and technology. That makes for a healthier society. But right now, I don't see that. And part of it is because people think they are informed, but in fact they're not. But they vote and they have power. So you have a society that doesn't know how to direct its energy because people are trying to steer the ship who don't even have a map in front of them and don't even know where they came from to begin with. So, if I were you, I would not fear genetically modified organisms. I would come to understand them. And upon understanding them and recognizing how much of our civilization is based on them, then make your judgment about what comes down the pipeline. And there are enough people in here, this whole front row, we all grew up, you remember, you could not eat a watermelon without spitting out hundreds of seeds. Am I right? Right now, give me a youngin here. Right? Okay. When you think of watermelon, do you think of thousands of seeds? Okay, I gotta get somebody younger here. When's the last time you cut open a watermelon?
A long time ago.
A long time ago. A long time ago. Way back in Block 3. And did you see anything?
No.
So you think watermelons just come that way? No, we had top scientists working on that. The cancer solution had to wait because we were spitting out seeds out of watermelons, and that was no good. So yes, what you want to also do is somehow manage how funding is directed in scientific enterprises. Apparently, the watermelon problem was high on many people's lists for a long time. But otherwise, science and technology in the hands of enlightened people can transform the world. And let's all try to do that together. Thank you. Do you have 5 minutes? I'm going to show you the 2-minute version and then the 3-minute version. Okay. It is All right, so real-time interview, you ready? So this is me talking about Eisenberg, and at the end, you'll see the meme show up, okay? Here we go. Wait, what happened? But how come the, oh. Hang on.
Volume?
That would be an easy thing, but I actually, that's right. However, wait, hang on. Hang on, I got this. So we're changing my audio because it's coming out of the HDMI port. Output, HDMI. There we go. Okay. So this is only 2 minutes long. Here we go. Eisen, dude, I mean, just look at read his writings. The hair stands up on, I don't have hair there, but if I did, it would stand up on the back of my neck. You read his writings, the man is connected to the universe in ways that I've never seen another human being connected. Kind of spooky, actually. He discovers the laws of optics. Figures out that white light is composed of colors. That's kind of freaky right there. You take the colors of the rainbow and put them back together, you get white light again. That freaked out the artists of the day. How does that work? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet gives you white. The laws of optics, he discovers the laws of motion and the universal law of gravitation. Then a friend of his says, well, why are these orbits of the planets, why are they in the shape of an ellipse? Sort of flattened circle. Why are they some other shape? He said, I don't know. I'll get back to you. So he goes home, comes back a couple months later. Here's why. They're actually conic sections of a cone that you cut. And they said, well, how did you find this out? How did you determine this? Well, I had to invent integral and differential calculus. Then he turned 26. Slogging from calculus in college, just to learn what it is that Isaac Newton invented on a day. Right. So that's my man. All right, so that's lived for several years now. Okay. Isaac Newton. So, this is that video, basically time dilated, is what you would see if they were moving at 85% the speed of light. It was later calculated. But someone did, I don't do that. Somebody did this, all right? Here it is. It's 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Isaac Newton, just look at Rita's writing. Hair stands up. But if I did, it would stand up on the back. Rita's writing, the man was connected. In ways that I've never seen. figures out that white line is take the colors of the rainbow, white light. That freaked out the white. The laws of optics, discovered laws of motion, and the universal law of gravitation. And a friend just said, well, why do these laws? Is some other shit. So goes home, back, a couple months later. Here's why. Actually, conic sections of a cone. How did you find this out? Well, I had to invent integral and differential Then we turned 26. We got people slogging out just to learn what it is that Isaac Newton invented on a day. So